What's going on, everyone? So, welcome to the latest live stream as a part of our top 100 movies, where we collectively came up with our top 100 movies. It took 4 live streams, and we are going in alphabetical order. And you guys guessed that you clicked on this live stream. We are talking today about Apocalypse Now, the 1979 war film. It's an all-time classic. I am joined with Marv, #1 Cowboys fan, Sergey, SkynetGen, who is very close to 1,000 subscribers. I think he's 5 away, so be sure to subscribe to his channel. Guys, how are you guys doing today?
Great.
Okay. It's an interesting day today.
Yeah, it is a hectic day for me. But I guess first things first about Apocalypse Now. For those in the comment section that do not, unfortunately, know what it's about just yet, it is about, let me go to the premise, a U.S. Army officer who's serving in Vietnam is tasked with assassinating a renegade special forces colonel who sees himself as a god. That is, of course, played by Marlon Brando. Martin Sheen is in the lead role, and this is directed by Francis Ford Coppola, who many people would know best from the Godfather trilogy that he directed, The Conversation, Dracula, Rumblefish, and we'll also throw out the movie Jack with Robin Williams, just for good measure. But this is a film. It did win 2 Oscars. It was nominated for a bunch. The 2 Oscars that it picked up was, off the top of my head, I can tell you, cinematography, and what was the second one? I believe it was sound. Yes, it won for sound. It was also nominated for Best Picture, Best Actor in a Supporting Role, which was Robert Duvall, Best Director, Best Writing, Best Art Direction, and Best Film Editing. It's a film that audiences love too. I'm looking on IMDb. It's number 55. And I guess, as I always try to do with these live streams, let's talk about our relationships with this film. Sergey, we'll have you start first. When did you first hear about this film from your memory?
I've heard about this film for a while, but I never really got into it. It was like maybe 4 or 5 years ago that I saw it for the first time. I don't think I was just in the right headspace to experience it really and appreciate it. So I'm glad I actually waited like years till I saw it, because I know I probably wouldn't have liked it if I was younger. And just like seeing other war films, I think that helped grow appreciation for this film and like offer the perspective that it is giving us, because it's not painting the U.S. very neatly like most war films do.
Right.
And I feel it's like watching a bunch of war films. This is probably one of the best films that gets you into the mindset of what was going on in Vietnam, or just a small snippet of it, and kind of experiencing that side and the madness that was going on there. So I really appreciated the filmmaking a lot, even on first viewing. And so just instantly, I respected the film in that. And then with more viewings, I've seen it twice, only twice. I really do appreciate the filmmaking behind it, and I do think the story is pretty fascinating too, and just like the cinematography, the sound design, of course, all contribute to kind of getting into the headspace of these characters and what they were going through. And for a film like this, I feel like it was really ahead of its time and bold. I don't think that maybe people were ready to see this film when it first came out, because Vietnam War didn't end that long ago, and wasn't really the outcome people wanted anyway. So really ballsy film, I think, for its time. So also appreciated that as well.
Yeah, and during the 70s, there were a lot of films that focused on the Vietnam War, like Deer Hunter, Coming Home, specifically like the second half of the 70s. But definitely one of the most memorable ones. Marv, I know your experience with this film was recently, because I know I showed it to you, and as we have in the tag, I was like, what am I? Originally, I was going to say, in terms of thumbnail, Apocalypse Now is the best war film ever, but then I was like, Marv said it, and I was like, I'm just going to like quote him, and I'm sure one of these times, Sergey, you'll say something. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to use that as like the thumbnail tag. As you said, the film is a vibe. That was what you said afterwards. I was like, what do you think about it? You're like, it's a vibe. And then next thing you said it was okay, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
I do think it was okay. I really liked it. I mean, I told you I'm gonna be consistent here. I said that if it came out in IMAX right now, and you said, Marv, let's go, we're out. We're going. I'm buying 2 pretzel bites, popcorn. I'm excited. Let's go. Dolby too, right? If it came out right now, I would do that. It was, really good cinematography. I liked the Sergey actually just said it, but I try to remember it, but I guess I forgot. But it was a realism in the in the whole, in the jungle and everything like that. And I remember when the I don't want to spoil anything, but I remember when the helicopter first got to the island, right? And you
Oh
look
yeah.
and you turned over to me, and you were like, you just like you just looked at me. I was like, okay, right? And like,
Well, if you have a good sound system set up, you're going to
oh
experience
yes.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Chad had the full Dolby Atmos sound going, right? So you gotta
You
you have
maxed
to.
out the bass.
Yes,
Yes, I did.
he had it that loud, right? So then you have to understand. So mind you, I'm not really digging the first I would say 10 minutes. I was a little bit worried at first. I wasn't into it, right? But then, I guess the scene that Chad says is one of the best scenes of all time happened. And I'm like, mind you, I don't think that personally, but that's when I was like, okay, I can get into this. And from there we just had a really good 1970 vibes film. It was like Tenet before Tenet without time travel.
I think I got to change the thumbnail now. This is Tenet before Tenet.
Yeah, yeah, that's where I'm at with it. But I think it's a fun movie. I see why everybody likes it. But I don't know if you guys remember me saying this on the last stream. I think that we brought this up a little bit, but I told you guys, like, everything that you guys compliment so much about it, I've seen in movies before I saw this movie. So it's kind of like how Sergey gets mad at me about seeing remakes before the original. I've seen
Oh,
movies that.
that's not just Sergey. That's also me, by the
Okay,
way.
right. But my point is that, like, I mentioned this last time, Tears of the Sun. I think Tears of the Sun, is just like way more visceral than this. I really like Tears of the Sun. I saw that as a 10-year-old. To this day, I remember the first time I ever watched it. Like, I think that's like the best horror movie ever made. So when I hear this, I'm like, I think Tears of the Sun did better. But I know that that's a hot take. I know
Chad, did
that's
you
not.
see that movie?
Of course, I ranked all of Anton Fuqua's movies.
Okay.
Do you like it? I need to know right now.
No,
I
it's
don't
not.
Oh
remember it.
gosh.
It's been way too long.
It's
Tear-
not a good movie. It's propaganda. It's not good. It's not good.
What? That's
It's
not
the Pearl
fair.
Harbor kind of,
Yes.
you know,
It
in
is
that
not. It is
sense.
not as. It is not as cheesy as
Yeah.
Pearl Harbor.
I didn't say cheesy, but it's similar to Pearl Harbor, where it's one of those movies where it's literally what Sergey was saying at the beginning, where it's like a lot of other war films where it's more of like pro-war, where it's like, yeah, we gotta go to war, and
That's why I wouldn't have labeled it as the best war movie, Apocalypse Now, because it's a different kind of war movie. It's not the traditional sense. And I
definitely
mean,
not.
that's
It
a good
makes
thing.
conventions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this going with what Marv was saying. It's funny because I've had this film in my life since 2014. I'll never forget, as you guys know, my old cracked AirPod. I'm not AirPod. What's it called?
iPod.
Yeah, iPod. That's what I knew it was something Apple related, but yeah, my iPod days, like when I used to watch on a cracked iPod, and I would also occasionally watch movies on the computers at my high school. And I remember Apocalypse Now was one that I was watching in sections, and I'll never forget. Not going to say who, in case one of my high school individuals that I went to school with is watching, but I'll never forget. He was looking over my shoulder, and he was like, "Why aren't they talking?" Like after a couple minutes, he's like, "Why aren't they talking?" Because this was like towards the end of the movie, and that's when it clicked for me. I was like, "Oh yeah, there really isn't." Like I was transfixed with the film, but I didn't really think about it. And that's when I started thinking about like visual storytelling. I was like, huh, yeah. I was like, that's very interesting. I'm like, you're getting a lot, you're soaking everything in, but they're not telling you what to think. I was like, huh, it's a good point. But of course, he was looking at surface level. His taste in movies were pretty bad. Marv is out.
We just lost Marv with that statement.
We lost Marv. He's like, but
So he's
I remember-
watching Tears of the Sun right now.
he's like, I gotta watch this 5 more times. I thought Apocalypse Now, the first time I saw it, I thought it was good. I think I gave it a 4.25 out of 5. And it was like number 248 out of 250 on my top 250 list. So I liked it. But with each rewatch, I grew to appreciate it more and more. And it's funny Marv mentioned about the theater experience, because I'll never forget to celebrate the 40-year anniversary. They had it in Dolby for, I think it was only 1 week. And I remember I was supposed to see it with a friend on a day, but I forget what came up exactly, but I ended up not being able to see it. And so I didn't get to see it on the big screen. But thankfully, I think you said it. I think you said in your review, or it might have been your top 10 4K video, which everyone will sure to check out. You said it best. Like, you got the Apocalypse Now 4K set for $10, and that's a steal, especially since
and it's
you can only
one
really
of the best
buy it.
4Ks. It's a fantastic transfer.
And we got it for $10 on that Black Friday, and I'll never forget when I saw it, I was like wowed by it, because I had seen it on DVD, I'd seen it on Blu-ray, and it was always reference quality in all those formats. But 4K, my goodness, it's insane. It really is.
That was the first movie I tried out on my, like, I did get a sound system, so that was the first movie I tried out, and I was like, I was taken aback, like, even before the movie started, because just the logo when it, like, in the beginning when it just, like, it's starting out, you already hear the difference from the Blu-rays.
And that's the thing, man. Like, when you get a surround system, it really is day and night. Like, I remember when I had my 50-inch TV back at the apartment. I think at that point I didn't have a sound bar or a complete sound system. So then when I moved here and I watched Apocalypse Now and I had the surround system, I was like, holy cow. Like, the first scene when you're hearing the helicopter and it's going from one speaker and then it's like going all the way to the other, I was like, I feel like I'm in Vietnam. Like, this is awesome. But holy cow.
That's a great song to kick things off the movie as well.
Oh, yeah. And did you know, by the way, that was real? Like, Martin Sheen got really drunk, and it was his birthday, and he literally was, like, punching the mirror for real. So, like, that blood you're seeing, real blood.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing how well made that film is, considering, like, how everybody was just, like, high and just, like, all over the place in that film.
Yeah, Martin Sheen had a heart attack at age. He was in his, like, late 30s, I believe. Francis Ford Coppola, I think, also did, or he might have had, like, heat exhaustion. He almost wasn't able to complete the film. It's just insane. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
he was in, like, he cameoed in the film too as, like, the camera guy.
Yes.
Was that supposed to be in the movie? Were they intending for that to be? Okay.
Yeah, that was because back in a little bit of history, back in Vietnam, they did used to have, like, journalists and camera people to try to, like, record it, so that way people back at home would have, like, a little bit of perspective on what was going on. So yeah, it was definitely intentional. It's kind of insane. I don't know if either of you have seen the Heart of Darkness documentary, which is it's really good. It's about the making of
behind the scenes of this movie, or
yes,
yeah.
Which is funny because apparently it's the opposite. But Megalopolis is having a documentary come out. It's called Megadoc, I believe. And I'm like, I'm kind of curious about that because I want to see what he was envisioning and everything and how it went south. But my goodness.
I do have issues with the movie. Like, I don't think it's a perfect movie. And I feel like it works for the movie, but I the more that I watch the movie, I have problems with Marlon Brando. And it's more of the decisions that he's made, just the kind of person that he is, and just being difficult. And
I was gonna say, I feel like
the whole masking him in darkness thing, I just hated it. It just felt a little obvious to me.
Well,
he wasn't menacing. I feel like the mystery was ruined by the time he showed up on screen. And then he's, like, mumbling under his breath the whole movie. Well, not the whole movie, but it's the 30 minutes that he is on screen.
Well, I don't think it's a negative. I think it's more so that you can relate to that part, unfortunately, a little bit too much. Because you and I both have made movies. I've had it where I've lost a lot of footage. You've had it where someone,
gained weight, just like Marlon Brando.
Yeah. And I remember I told you, I was like, well, you could do it the Apocalypse Now way where you can recast someone, and you did the latter.
It's just unprofessional. And
yeah.
crazy that they did work around and try to salvage it as much as they could, but it's noticeable. At least to me, it is.
It works though in the context of this is supposed to be someone that's like he's someone that is envisioned as like a god, but then when you meet him, it's like, oh, this is just a crazy man. And so often in history, people look at Charles Manson, look at other individuals that are heads of cults. They're often found to be individuals that they are men and they are like crazy. They have a lot of mental issues, and that was definitely the case with Kurtz. Even just like his monologues and everything, it works in the context of this is someone that's been out in the jungle too long. He's seen too much of the violence, and arguably, without spoiling anything, the lead character in some ways is going down a path just like that character.
Oh yeah, I like that part of it.
Yeah. I know Marv. Well, I know Marv didn't like the first 10 minutes. Marv, what other controversial takes do you have?
Nothing. My take is the same. If it came out right now in IMAX, we're going, and we're gonna have a great time.
Dolby too.
I do have to say that as much as Dennis Hopper is, enjoyable, I did find his character a little weird.
Oh yeah, he was. Let's see. I think he was on LSD, marijuana. What was the other drugs? Him and Marlon Brando did not get along. In fact, they weren't allowed to be. There's one scene of them together, but they shot it in a way where they didn't actually have to be together.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's funny that they couldn't be in the same room, but he actually I don't know if it was intentional again, but he says oh, it can't be in this. Like his character says, I can't be in the same room as him or something, or you can't look at him.
Well, also, again, because this is one of my favorite films, I have probably too much trivia, but Francis Ford Coppola, I think one of the reasons why he was just so frustrated with Marlon Brando is that Marlon Brando told him that he read the script, and he also told him that he was going to get fit for it. So instead, I think he was 80 pounds overweight, said he didn't read the script, refused to read the script, and so they agreed
he had an earpiece or something.
Yeah, because he wanted to improv it just based on stream of consciousness. And I will say this as someone that's actually shockingly read the book Heart of Darkness, it does make sense in the context of what it's adapting because that character is kind of in terms of his monologue. So it does work, I think. But Marlon Brando was not fun to work with, and that's
no, because he doesn't want to be an actor. He's just, as he said, he's good at it because they made money. That's his source of income.
And I would say the unfortunate part is he was really, really into acting in the 50s, and I would even say 60s. And then the 70s, that's when he was on autopilot mode, where he was good, but he was definitely in it for the money. I mean, Superman, I think he sued the producers because they weren't giving him what he asked for, and he was only in the movie for 2 minutes, but I think he got $5 or $6 million, which is insane to think about.
He did direct the movie, and it's actually a pretty good movie. One-Eyed Jacks, if you've ever seen that.
That's on Criterion, right?
Western. It's on Criterion, yeah. Surprisingly, that's good, but probably because he had most of the control for that film. Though supposedly, I think Stanley Kubrick was supposed to direct that.
Oh wow! Oh, that would have been interesting. Stanley Kubrick directing a Western in another life. But yeah, I think one of the other things I wanted to mention about Apocalypse Now is that we're so used to in today's day and age about shooting on lots and everything, or shooting behind green screens. It's amazing to watch a film where everything is shot on location, everything is in camera, and that's one of the reasons why, Marv, I told you the Ride of Valkyrie scene. It's one of my favorite scenes and one of the best scenes of all time, because the fact that they were actually on helicopters capturing that footage, all these explosions going off, the timing, the precision of the stunt work, just the overlapping of the dialogue and the music. What's also kind of crazy, and this is where media literacy comes into, some people look at that scene as a celebration of the war, and I'm like, you're seeing a bunch of people die and everything, and you're focusing on this crazy colonel guy, and it's you think this is glorifying violence? You think this is glorifying the war? It's no, this is literally showing how this guy has lost his mind. and then that's reiterated towards the end. As I mentioned earlier when we were talking about American Beauty, like I think it was episode 4 or 5, that film, in my opinion, is a perfect screenplay because every single character delves into the themes that are being tackled. And that's the case with Apocalypse Now, too. They're all dealing with the war. They're all dealing with slowly losing their mind. Some characters more so than others. I mean, that boat scene where, they shoot up the bunch of people. It's like that guy, that was like his breaking point, I feel like. And we see that with each character, how they slowly lose it.
Well, Martin Sheen was already kind of losing his mind because you see him in the beginning of the movie. You wouldn't think that's like a person you would put back into into a war kind of a situation, but he thrives in that situation. He's more normal there than he is in in his regular life, I guess, in the real world.
And alcoholism, I feel like, is something that was pretty prevalent back then as well. I mean, drug use too. I mean, that was, they always say the rise of like the hippy dippy age, but that was, I mean, there was a lot of drug use. There was drug use, a lot of alcohol, and I mean, I get it for coping purposes with everything that you had to experience. I mean, even napalm, like the famous line, I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Like napalm itself, like if you read up on what that stuff does, like it's terrifying, man, because that stuff can literally remove your skin if like you get on it. It's bad. It's really bad. So just to hear that guy say like, "Oh, I love the smell of napalm in the morning," it's like you're crazy, man. Like, but Marv, what was your favorite scene in the movie?
My favorite scene, I would say, when I don't want to spoil anything, but when
I can put up nobody's really commenting surprisingly. We do have Ace Blood says what's good. Ace, good to hear from you, man. Hope you're doing well. And have you seen Apocalypse Now? I'm surprised there hasn't really been a lot more talk from people because I've heard off to the side some people saying, "Oh, I'm excited for the Apocalypse Now episode," and I'm just like, yeah.
So is nobody watching?
There's a couple people watching, but usually with our streams, it's like the first 15 minutes, it's slow, and then by the hour mark, that's when there's all of a sudden like a bunch of people, and that's when we get overwhelmed with comments.
Oh,
So
okay.
in some
So
ways, it's a good thing right now. But yeah, I'll put up spoiler talk right now, so you can, if it involves spoilers, we can talk about it now.
it's just minor, but I would say uh the scene where they landed and they like started shooting up all the people, like a lot of the women got shot. Um, I I think that for me personally was like, damn, because I remember I looked at you, I was like, damn, that's fucking crazy. That like they died like that. And I think that's something that the movie did really well. Overall, was it created this experience for you. That's why I call it a vibes movie. It's an experience, a heroin experience. Um, you know, uh, I think I told you this on the last stream. I might not have, but I think I remember telling you guys that my grandpa was in Vietnam. Did I
Oh,
did I ever tell you that?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah. So my grandfather was in that. He was in that. I'm not saying he was there where they were. I'm just saying that like he was in Vietnam, right? So he has shown me pictures of him and his soldiers, like him and his friends, his battle buddies, whatever you call them. Like and like you could see some of the bodies in it. And I was just like, wow, when he showed it to me. So when I watched the movie with you, I'm like, damn, like this really happened. And I think that was really like it's sad because they're numb to it. Like you guys were just talking
Mhm.
about the guy who napalm in the morning. Like they're numb to it. And that's a real thing. That really happened. It still happens today, even though it's probably less reported, but like the soldiers go over there and then they get lost, they lose their minds, or they come back home and then they want to go back over there because they've kind of gotten to that predator mindset. I'm not sure, but
It's
um
all they know. It's all they become used to.
like I would like I actually thought about American Sniper a little bit. How Chris Kyle, he literally like wanted to come home. All he wanted to do was go get out and go home. When he got home, he wanted to go back. He said, "I have to fight for my country. I have to fight for my country. I have to do it." And those guys, like that general you were just talking about, the one with the glasses, with the explosions like pop off of his glasses, right?
Yeah, Robert Duvall.
Those guys are crazy. Those guys are insane. You know what I mean? And it's they've been around so much death, and I think the movie captured that. On a really great scale. Like that's why I will go see it again.
And I would
Filmmaking was
also
excellent.
And I would also, yeah, I agree. Honestly, that was the big thing because, as you both know, I grew up watching a lot of like classic cinema. But I remember prior to this film, I always, because I was so used to DVDs, I always was like, okay, older films, they have a specific look to them. It's just something you kind of have to be accustomed to. But I remember Apocalypse Now was one of the first films that I saw, and I was like, this looks like it was modern day, like 2014 when I first saw it. And I would still say that. Like it looks incredible. It looks as if it was shot today.
You saw it on DVD first?
I did see it. Well, first I saw it on the 7 Cs, but then I did buy the DVD from the record store and then the Blu-ray. And then when I heard the 4K was coming out, I was like,
It was interesting with the DVDs because you could watch it probably in full screen or widescreen, depending on what time you bought it.
yeah. And thankfully when I got the DVD,
Yeah.
I had already known at that point that widescreen was the way it's intended and not full screen. But I remember as a young kid, whenever I would watch like Toy Story,
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, full screen, that's better,
Oh,
right?
I want it to be on the full screen.
It's like, no, that's not how it's supposed to be.
No, I don't want these black bars.
And now I'm all about it. Now I'm like, yeah, it makes it more cinematic. It adds a lot to it. It really does.
I'll
But
call it IMAX without.
honestly, yeah, I feel like Mad Max did pay homage to Apocalypse. Mad Max Fury Road in particular. I feel like with like the usage of color and even camera movement, I would say. I mean, that's the thing. Every time you hear Ride of Valkyrie, you can't help but think about this film. That's how iconic this film is. Like when I watched Rango recently, and they play the Ride of Valkyrie music, I'm like, oh yeah, Apocalypse Now, and you see the bats like coming down. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's just like the helicopter scene. So
yeah, I've obviously the last time I saw that movie was before I saw Apocalypse Now, so I do need to rewatch that to pick up on some of these references.
you'll pick up. I know you're not a fan of it, but you'll pick up on a lot because they pay homage to like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, quite a bit actually. There's a lot of. In fact, one of the scenes has Rango literally hit the windshield of the two characters in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and it's kind of meta because Johnny Depp's playing Rango, but he also plays that character. But they also pay homage to Once Upon a Time in the West. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. Pulp Fiction. Again, that's one of those films where it's animated. It's at first you think it's geared towards children, but then it's like, no, it's actually more so for adults.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Ace says I haven't seen, heard great things though. I would highly recommend you check it out, Ace. It's really good.
And this is specifically we're talking about the theatrical cut. Right
yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, did you ever watch the final cut or the
I don't think I did. I think both times I saw the theatrical cut actually.
The final cut, I would say maybe sometime give it a shot because I would want to hear your thoughts because they added some things where you know how they're going on the river and everything and they're going downstream. Well, one of the big things is that in the final cut they stop by a French plantation.
Okay.
And I do think it halts the pacing, and I also think it reiterates themes that we've seen throughout the film visually.
So there's more destruction, like what they did on the boat, kind of more of that going on.
It's more so a lot more dialogue, and I feel like Apocalypse Now excels with visual storytelling. I mean, the dialogue is really good too, but I just think to have a section that's like 20 minutes long focusing on that, it's like,
So it's dialogue, it's not narration.
I think there is a little bit of narration. I'll be honest, I've only seen the final cut once, which was 2019. I have not seen the other cut. I forget the name of the other cut.
The final cut. The final cut. These.
I want to say it's. I know. I don't think it's the director's cut. That it might be. Let me see real quick. Blu-ray.com. Let's look back. So yeah, there's the theatrical cut. Oh, the Redux. That's what it's called.
Okay.
So the final cut's 183. Is it really 183? Yeah, it's 183 minutes. Wow. And then the regular cut, the theatrical cut, I think it's 143 minutes.
Mhm.
So, and then no, my apologies. Let me go back. Theatrical cuts, I believe, 143 minutes. The final cut is 183 minutes, and then the Redux is 196 minutes.
Wow.
So yeah, I would say it's not, it's not bad to check out the final cut, but Redux, I don't know. I have pause on it. Actually, one of my other friends, he said that he's seen all three cuts, and Apocalypse Now is his favorite film, I believe. But he said the Redux does water things down and just make it very less interesting, unfortunately.
Mm.
By the way, this is funny. He says, "Love how Marv just keeps disappearing and coming back." Yeah, he better not do this with some of his films on this list, like Friday.
Or go ahead and we'll just switch to another movie. The movies that should be on here.
Yeah, since he's not here, I'll say you recently picked up Sunset Boulevard, and you were like,
Yeah.
"Is that on here?" And I was like, "No way." I was like, "I think it should be, but no way."
You got to show him some older films, then he'll have some appreciation for them. Maybe give them a chance.
Well, thankfully, we have Citizen Kane on here, so we will.
We got Some Like It Hot as well, so
Something like
we
it
got
hot.
we got some 50s movies in here finally.
And we have what's it called? Once Upon a Time in the West, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So he'll be seeing those for the first time. So he honestly, I feel like this is more of like therapy for Marv because we've seen these movies already, but he hasn't. So, but I'm looking forward to next week, Assassination of Jesse James by the Cal Rapper 4. That's gonna be great to talk about. But the only thing is, I feel like he's gonna say
It is a long movie, so he has to be in the right mind space, and his surroundings cannot distract him. You're watching it with him?
No, I wanted to show it to him, but he keeps telling me his schedule, and I'm just like,
okay.
It's how it is. His schedule's all over the place, so I don't know if I'll get to show it to him, but that will be the next one. Oh, also, Can Articulate's in the chat. He says hello. Can Articulate, good to hear from you, man. Hope you're doing well. I think I saw recently you watched Apocalypse Now, and you, I believe, thought it was solid. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ace says, you guys hear about Charlie Kirk? We did.
I saw the video.
Thankfully, I didn't.
Graphic.
Oh, I'm not surprised. I mean, someone getting that's an artery, so it's like there's gonna be a lot of blood. Yeah. I mean,
I've seen enough bleeding this week with the subway situation. Well, the video was released for that, and then now this. With the Ukrainian refugee.
I didn't see it. No.
Yeah, she was stabbed in the neck.
That
was sickening.
It was horrible.
And nobody did anything. That's the worst part. And he just kept posting about it.
Why is no one helping her?
I don't know.
That was crazy. Sorry to interrupt.
What are your thoughts on Apocalypse Now?
No,
I still gotta show it to you. Marv saw it. He said it was a vibe movie. No, it is. Can Articulate says it was all right, overrated. Yes, I first hot take. I think. Whoa, I'm curious why he thinks it's overrated. It's I think when you think about it in terms of from a filmmaking perspective, it's insane that film made it out alive, and not only made it out alive, but the fact that a studio was like, something, we're gonna make this. We're gonna have you actually shoot it on location and where this actually occurred and everything. That would not happen today. It would cost way too much money. They would know that ahead of time. But this was the 70s, so studios were a lot more lenient towards big budget filmmakers I mean, that's why you had like Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Like you had Spielberg and George Lucas being able to basically stress themselves out and make things that ended up becoming great movies. So, yeah. Also, Ace says, yeah, I saw the video for both of those that you mentioned. Can't articulate. Yeah, Charlie Kirk thing was gruesome. Yeah, I'm wondering. Last I heard that they didn't catch him, but I know that they had someone that
I have
they
a
were.
few suspects. I don't know if they're actually the people.
I feel like it takes time. Like when the Boston bombing happened, it wasn't something that they caught them right away. It took. I forget how
And
many.
he's what? He's still in prison, right? He hasn't been executed or anything.
Yeah, but the thing is, this is we're with the Charlie Kirk thing. It happened in Utah, and they
Yeah, they
haven't
have
got-
death penalty. So
yeah. So I'm sure whoever it was is probably fleeing, which is probably where they would check first. Can't articulate. Yeah, it was cool to see where they filmed Apocalypse Now. Yeah, I would highly recommend if you get a chance to check out like behind the scenes because it's pretty insane. I think it was I forget which relative it was of Francis Ford Coppola, but I think it was his wife. They were filming as the film was progressing and everything, and it's honestly wild just hearing all the meltdowns that Francis Ford Coppola had. I mean, he's a wild dude. I have the utmost respect for him. Like I know the last good movie he made was. I know you don't agree, Sergey, but the last good movie he made was Dracula, which was 35 years
it
ago.
was solid. I didn't hate it. I thought it was solid.
Oh, I thought you were like kind of indifferent to it.
I gave it like 3.5 or 3. No, I gave it 3. 3 out of 5.
Yeah,
I thought it was the better what's it called? Nosferatu movie.
I will agree with you there. I do. I mean, funny enough, this October I'm planning to do like a doubleheader. Actually, you'll appreciate this. I'm planning to pair movies together. So I'm planning to pair Perfect Blue and Black Swan together.
Okay.
I'm planning to pair The Innocents and The Others together, and then I'm planning to pair Bram Stoker's Dracula and the new Nosferatu together. So I
did
think
go with Apocalypse Now and Aguirre, The Wrath of God.
I know, dude, no joke. It's funny. It's funny you mention that because this past Friday, I get a text from Austin, and he's showing me. It's like a spin the wheel of like movies to watch, and that was the movie that they watched. And I was like, I didn't get the invite. He was like, I didn't think you'd be free because it was last minute. And I was like, you're right, but still, I was like, oh, man. So I'll have to watch that movie on my own. But he thought it was
I do
okay.
have the 4K if you ever want to see it.
Oh, you did get the 4K?
Yeah.
I do want to watch that. I like that. I liked the concept of Apocalypse Now a lot. So just seeing another rendition of it, I think will be really cool.
It's different time period. It's like during set in like during the Americas when they're being the conquistadors are traveling. It's like it's set in Peru in like the 1600s.
And that sounds interesting. I mean, it's just like that. The premise of Apocalypse Now, more importantly, Heart of Darkness, which is the book that it's based on. It's cool to see a modern rendition as well. Like Ad Astra, I feel like was heavily inspired by Apocalypse Now. But it's great. I don't know. It's always cool to see the original of something where it's like, oh, wow, this is where this came from. Like I get these references and everything. And even if I know you weren't a big fan of it, can't articulate, but even if you're not the biggest fan of it, at least you can see where it's like, oh, this is where all these references came from. I feel like it gets parodied a lot too, like especially I love the smell of napalm in the morning, like that scene gets parodied a lot, but it's a one-of-a-kind film.
That's what I've been experiencing with a lot of these like older 80s films that I was watching with E.T. and the Goonies. There's a lot of elements that were borrowed or, made fun of. So yeah.
I still need to watch the Goonies. I'm curious about it. I mean, there are certain 80s movies that are like on my blind spot, unfortunately, but I'll watch them. Right now, I'm catching up on like some other classics, but right now I just bought a bunch of 4K, so it's going to be a lot of rewatches, probably like more recently. I bought I forget if we've talked about it. Do you like the original Evil Dead trilogy? I feel like not really, right?
It's okay. The second one, I think, is the best of the series. The third one is very silly, but I guess I could see why people like it. And the first one, I feel like it's forgettable, and it was remade basically
Within
with
the first
a bigger
5 minutes.
budget. Yeah.
I see. I'm kicking myself because a couple years ago I almost bought the 4K of the first two because there's like a combo pack, but it went out of print. So I was like, okay, I guess I can't get that. Recently, I saw Evil Dead 2 on 4K came in stock. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna pull the trigger and buy this because Army of Darkness I've been wanting to rewatch. Hot take, that's my favorite in the trilogy. Like you said, it's the silliest, but I think that's one of the reasons why I like Army of Darkness the best. But that could change on rewatch.
The new one, not at all. I did not like that one.
What was it? Evil Dead Rises.
Whichever, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. But I bought those. I bought Beyond the Black Rainbow, Starship Troopers, Serpico, High Noon, The Producers. What else? Oh, Inherit the Wind.
Okay, I still need to see that. Well, as you know, Lawrence of Arabia finally, third printing, right?
Something
I'm
like
surprised it's
that.
still in stock. They did raise the price a little bit, but it's still available.
I'm glad you were able to get your hands on it, man, because you're in for a treat with that. How did that not get on this list? Oh, Marv is in the chat. Marv, you're here.
Yeah, sorry about that. My phone died, guys.
Ah,
Yeah, but
I am
but
shocked. Marv, your phone died?
Didn't you have like 3 other phones?
oh, well, yeah, but yeah, sorry. I had it on the charger that whole time, but the charger just wasn't charging it. But now I have it hooked over here, and it seems to be working, so we're good to go. For right now.
Oh, you're good. All right, let me get to the comments real quick. Ace Blood says, I heard the assassin is still on the run, and they released the suspects. I did hear that as well. I've heard some people, both sides of the aisle, like doing the blame game. And as I told my wife, there's no way to know until the person comes in. But either way, yeah.
Some of the reactions have been wild though. Like especially on TikTok. With people just like cheering and just like what's going on?
Oh, see, I
don't see eye to eye with him, but I'm not like here like, yeah, he's killed. Let's root for that. Like,
yeah,
what's wrong with people?
I don't have. I mean, I have TikTok and I have Twitter, X, whatever, but I don't have the apps like currently active on my phone. I've just been unplugged. I mean, as you guys know, I use Instagram, but that's mostly just because of you guys. I know that's your guys' preferred thing. But
these all end up on Instagram anyway.
Depending on your algorithm. Mine's mostly like the funny stuff, like Breaking Bad related stuff or other stuff. But like I've heard about the video like circulating, but it hasn't come up in my feed, which I guess is
it didn't come up on my feed at that point. It was just out of curiosity that I was looking for the uncensored versions.
Yeah, what's going on here? Ace Blitz feel bad for the guy though. Condolences to his family. Yeah, that's the one thing that I was thinking about where it's like, yeah, he has 2 kids.
Yeah, that was my immediate thought was just like how young he is and his family.
He's our age, yeah. He's actually
he's younger. Yeah.
He's I think 31. Oh, this is great. Can't articulate. I like your theater experience rant for Conjuring Last Rites. Thankfully, I never had a big terrible experience with loud audience members.
Oh, yeah.
Marv, I know you're around. This is Sergey. Did you read that?
I did read that. And you didn't walk out? Like, how often was that happening?
Well, I told him to shush and to grow up. So, like, after that, they were quiet. But that was within the first 10 minutes because I was just like, it's not a spoiler because it happens within the first 10 minutes, but there's like a pregnancy going on and potentially a miscarriage, and they're laughing about it. And I'm just like, I'm not dealing with this because I'm like, we're only 10 minutes in. I'm not dealing with this. And afterwards, Nicola was like, well, what if it had gone wrong? And I was like, it worked, did it not? I was like, you gotta nip them in the bud like teenagers.
I would have been worse, probably.
You gotta be careful though. It can go left. Trust me.
Oh, Marv, I was, you know me, I was at that level where if it did, I would have actually been okay with that. Which is funny because I gave the movie like a 2.5 out of 5.
No, I definitely would not want you to get anything like that. Those
Be in a
things.
sling. What happened? I was arguing about a 2.5 out of 5-star movie.
No, because like they don't those teenagers don't just argue, man. They really like try to hurt people. It's not safe.
It was what, 2 people?
No, it was like 8 people.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
I would have
no.
gone all
What?
old boy. I would have gone all old boy on them, Sergey.
I don't know how far that would have gone.
Going into it, I was worried because I heard these kids like they're like, "Oh, I'm 14, I'm 15, I'm 16." Like they're talking to them, and first of all, I'm like, "You guys are idiots if you guys are talking like this." Going into the movies before the ticket booth, I'm like, "Okay, this is where I want the spiky hair guy. You know who he is, Marv.
Yeah.
Where it's like, he's very like, if you're not 17, you can't see it." But it was one of the new people, so they let them in, and I'm like, well, hopefully they won't be near me. Of course, they're in my row, and I'm like, great. So,
Well,
yeah,
The Conjuring was a banger. I had a great time.
I'm glad you did.
Really enjoyed that movie. I actually got word that my family did not though. My cousins and all my cousins didn't like it. They called me the next day. I think they saw it on Monday. They were like, yeah, that movie was pretty boring. It put us all to sleep. They did not like it.
I would be in that crowd probably.
I imagine so.
That's why I saw Splitsville instead.
I'll be seeing that tomorrow.
I think you will enjoy it.
I was going to see it today, but I didn't think I have time.
I think it's a really good movie. Maybe not the ending so much, but I had a lot of fun with it.
I love how Marv's a big Dakota Johnson fan, and yet he didn't see Materialist and he didn't see Splitsville.
First of all, those are both on my list to go see.
It's in my top 10 this year so far. It's not going to stay there.
I'm going to see both of them relatively soon.
You saw the other one, the Aronofsky film, right?
Yeah, he did not like that, but yeah, he did.
I didn't like that movie. My friend did.
I thought that was hilarious, especially the rabbis. They were excellent.
Yeah, they were funny.
They made the whole movie for me.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all.
Also, no
I
spoilers of the film, but it felt so unlike Aronofsky. Like there's a lot of themes that are similar to his other films, but the ending, I had a smile because I'm like, wow, okay, like I was not expecting that.
This felt more like a Guy Ritchie film than an Aronofsky film.
It did. It really did. But going back to the rant though, this is one of the reasons why I try not to go on Fridays, and my wife agrees with.
Unless it's a smaller movie that these teenagers are not going to go to.
Yes,
like Splitsville.
Yeah, Splitsville. I know I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm seeing it, to be fair, tomorrow, which is a Thursday. But if I were to see that on a Friday, I don't think I would have to worry about it because
this is like going to an animated film the first couple of days when it comes out without kids.
Or Minecraft, where chicken jockey and everyone freaks out.
I won't be watching that movie.
That's good. That's good. The movie actually gave me a headache.
It's okay. I got a Flight Risk I'm watching tomorrow, apparently.
Oh, I'm excited. I really am. It's so bad.
Can I method view that and get on a plane and watch it?
The problem with method viewing that film is that you'll literally turn to the pilot and say, "Please take me out.
Let me out.
Let me out. Just open the door."
Luckily, I thought it was longer. It's only 98 minutes, so I'm not suffering too much.
Yeah, but it does feel longer. And some of the twists in it, it's like, my goodness. You'll see. I'm excited. I really am.
Yep.
Also, Ace says, glad to have you back, Marv. I agree. Bootzilla's in the house. I was waiting for Bootzilla. Took us 50 minutes, but I was waiting for him. Hello, fellas. I'm here for the greatest film of all time. Let's go. Last stream, that's what he was saying. And I will say this, Bootzilla, it is easily in my top 100. I think it's just me my top 50. I love the film, so I'm right there with you. I think it's an excellent piece of cinema. Gets better each viewing. When I watched it with Marv, first of all, calling you out, Marv, we were getting ready for the trip, the Airbnb trip that we do every year. And when I showed it to Marv, he said it was good. Then the next day when we were doing the trip and everything, later on in the night, Sergey and I, we were talking about it because I was asking when he was planning to watch it. And you said pretty soon. And then you were like, yeah, Marv said it was just okay. And I was like, he said, what? I was like, he literally told me it was a good movie. So yeah, I was like, how did he change his thoughts that much?
It's a good movie. It's just okay. It's like if I had to give it a letter grade, I'll give it a letter grade. I'd give it a B.
What would you give it out of 5 stars?
3.
A moment of silence.
He values more entertainment than artistic style.
Yeah, who cares about artistic style?
He watches great
I was about to do an impression, but I'm holding back. I'm being nice. Marv knows what I was going to do too.
I don't.
Guys,
I gave it a passing grade. What are you mad about, man? I said it's a good movie. It's okay.
The assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. I'm worried about now for you, Marv.
What are you worried about?
It's a long movie.
It's a long movie. It's more artistic than entertaining. A lot of symbolism. It's a lot to take in. It's awesome.
Well, hopefully it is awesome. If not, I'll just tell you it's not awesome.
It had an A+ cinema score. It made a lot of money at the box office.
It did not, and we know it did not.
I know it did. I just wanted to set up those expectations.
No,
I know there's a few things you love.
I mean, I'll put it to you this way: I might love it. You see what I'm saying? So you just let me go into it. I didn't say anything. I didn't say to give. You act like I said this movie was awful. It's cool. It's a good movie. I appreciate it. It's a vibe movie. I told you if it was in theaters right now, right this second, you said, Marv, let's go. I'd go. You'd have to meet me somewhere, but we can go. But that's my
Would
thing.
you see this or Weapons for what is it, a 5th time? If you had a
Weapons,
choice,
I'd see Weapons. Yeah, I love Weapons. Is a masterpiece, man. I love Weapons.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I really like Weapons too, and I know it's 2 completely different films, but
I feel like Apocalypse Now lingers with you more than.
It really did not. Not for me. It did not. I can say it was a great. It was a great. Apocalypse Now was a great. It was a great viewing experience to watch it at Chad's multiplex with that surround sound, that good visuals, the good visual. His picture's awesome. So it was.
Does its filmmaker mode not vivid?
Whatever. Leave me alone. Yeah, cool movie. I'm not saying I don't have nothing bad to say about it. Nothing. I have nothing bad to say about the movie at all.
Would you say it's the best 3 out of 5 star movie?
No.
Where do those 2 stars fall off? If it's perfect.
I didn't say it was perfect. I said I've nothing.
Well, you said there's nothing wrong with it. So where do those 2 stars drop off?
I'll say it's. I don't know if it has like plain rewatchability. But besides an IMAX, like seeing it with Chad and something like that, or at Chad's house, but like just like regular on the TV, I wouldn't just press play. I don't know. I don't think I don't remember any of the characters. I don't remember any of them. None of them. I don't. I only remember the one guy because it's Martin Sheen, and he reminds me so much of Charlie Sheen. But that's about it. I don't remember anything about anybody.
Because you haven't seen it 100 times. You gotta add it to that queue that you have of movies you've seen 100 times.
You tell me not to do that. So by your logic, this movie will be unmemorable. By your logic, not mine.
Marv, I was saying it as a joke. I haven't even seen Apocalypse Now 100 times. I think I may have seen it 6 to 8 times, maybe. But even then, I think that's
Hold
stretching
up.
it.
How much? How this is off topic. How many times for Back to the Future? I have to know.
Not as many as you would think. I think it's only been
Not as
like
many,
half
no.
a dozen.
Like four or five times probably.
My heart just fell to the floor.
Marv, you
Why?
about to say you've seen it more than Sergey and I combined already?
No. I haven't seen it that many times, but I'm waiting. I'm waiting to go see it, and I think it's in IMAX on October 30th.
Yes.
Yeah.
I might
Yeah,
do
I'll
that.
probably be seeing that too.
Yeah, I think
We'll
I
all
got
see
to
it
do.
together.
I think I got to do that because, like, I didn't see Jaws. I thought about it, but I
I,
just said
You should have. It was a great
that was
experience.
great. Yeah, it was good. Really good.
I thought about it. I thought about
I
it long and
snuck in
hard.
my Jaws popcorn bucket.
I thought about it for a minute, but then I said no.
Oh,
But then I said no. But I'm seeing Avatar, Back to the Future. I wanted to see Black Swan.
It wasn't playing near us, unfortunately, at least near me.
It wasn't at Neshaminy, no. But like this is one that I would watch 100% in IMAX. But like I have no desire to like just like, oh, Apocalypse Now. Let me put it on real quick. And that's not because I don't necessarily that's not because I don't like have appreciation for it. But if I wanted to see what this has to offer, I could watch like another movie for that. Like I put up my Valiant Champion, Tears of the Sun. An excellent movie that needs more respect from you two. It's awesome. Bruce Willis deserves an Oscar for that performance. He was fantastic, but you guys will not give him any type of credit. Chad, don't give me that look.
You were
Don't give me that look.
absolutely correct. You were
Marv, you
absolutely
got some
correct.
war films to catch up on.
Let's
Comment section. What do you guys think of Tears of Sun? I gotta hear.
Tears of the Sun.
We
Okay.
gotta
it is-
hear what audiences think. I think I gave it a 2 out of 5. I'm pretty sure, or maybe I was generous that day. But it's Tears of the Sun. Let me see.
Wow.
I saw it. I think it was
How old is that
2022.
movie?
I haven't even gotten
2021.
to I haven't even gotten to Lone Survivor. I haven't gotten to 13 hours.
Oh wow, I went hard on it. Honestly, though, it wasn't too heavy-handed until the third act. That's when this movie ended up turning into a gung-ho John Wayne-esque jigonistic movie. No spoilers, of course, but if you've seen the movie, you know what I mean. The ending also lasts way too long and just didn't feel earned because, again, we have one-dimensional characters. Now, oh yeah, that's a movie. You want to talk about one-dimensional characters, Marv? Here's the Sun. I had tears because I had to watch that movie.
Oh wow.
There we go. That's the
I-
review.
I'll have to rewatch it because I don't remember anything.
So
Keep
13
in mind, Sergey, when you rewatch it, keep in mind it is a better movie than Apocalypse Now. You heard it here first from Marv Yola.
What about 13 hours?
Is that a Michael Bay film?
Yeah.
Eh, probably not that good.
It was,
Middle of the road, probably.
Oh,
yes,
As I
stop
would
it.
expect.
it
It
was.
was it was fantastic. The action was next level. The production value was next level.
It has the same problems though as Pearl Harbor, where there. Michael Bay is a director that you and I both know, Marv. I've grown to appreciate, like for what he is doing. He is an auteur, but at the same time, his bombastic tendencies. I don't think a story of Benghazi. I don't think it was the right choice. I feel like something like Ambulance or Transformers, it works because those movies are supposed to be bombastic. But 13 Hours, I feel like 13 Hours would have been better with a stronger script and if Paul Greengrass directed it, honestly.
No. No.
Oh, now you're going to tell me you don't like Paul Greengrass?
Well, he had a nice run, but it's over. Okay.
Ace Platt says, also, Marv, I'm curious. You got caught off last time when you're going to answer what your favorite Drake album was.
Oh, my favorite, I would have to go with Views. Views is it's a classic for me. It came at a very hard time in life. So that's the one that I identify with the most. Although you have to say that Take Care is probably his best album. Yeah, so I'll go with Views personally, but Take Care is the cream of the crop for him.
Speaking of album, it's not involving Drake, but we didn't really talk about it, but the soundtrack for Apocalypse Now, so good. All those song choices
Yeah.
fit the imagery perfectly. Now you're gonna say something like Marv, or I don't think so, right?
I'm not going to say anything.
I knew it.
I'm not going to say anything.
Oh yeah, because it's classical music. Some of it's used.
Oh, but
I was thinking about it today. I was like, why isn't Amadeus on our list? And then I was like, oh yeah, Amadeus, classical music. That's why we don't have it on this list because Marv didn't want to watch it.
Hey,
maybe the
man,
guys
sorry.
from Hollywood Shuffle should have promoted it.
Oh,
Godzilla says, I saw Highest to Lowest. It was not good. That was very disappointing. I saw Nobody 2. Pretty forgettable. Enjoyed the first movie. This one was bad. Sharon Stone's acting. Yikes.
Sharon
Yeah,
Stone.
Highest to Lowest was a movie that in the moment I thought was solid. I did think it got better as it went along, but it is very flawed. I think it's best when it's not trying to emulate the original, but it does have some issues. Like the score, it's not good. The score is actually like really bad, or especially early on. Like I was kind of perplexed by it. But I also looked at the credits, and it's not the same composer that he usually uses. Like he usually uses Terrence Blanchard, I think his name is. He didn't do the score, so I'm like, okay, that's probably why. But didn't see Nobody 2 just yet. I am planning to watch it at my local library when it comes out, but I'll keep my expectations low. Although to be fair, I wasn't the biggest fan of the first Nobody. I think were you two fans of the Nobody? The
it
first
was
one?
very middle of the road. Much of the same John Wick tropes we've seen already a million times.
It was very John Wick-esque.
I never saw
We already had a
Nobody.
movie this year, Novocaine. It was kind of similar. So
Oh yeah, well, I forgot. I watched Novocaine. Yeah, it's a good point. Bootzilla. I think all three of us like this movie. Bootzilla says rewatched The Invisible Man 2020. It still holds up on rewatch. Very enjoyable.
I did like that
I
one. Yeah.
agree.
I love that movie. I love it. Chad, I never told you this, but I have a really huge crush on Elizabeth Moss, right?
Is it because
And
she's in the Scientology?
no,
No, I'm messing
no,
with you. I'm messing with you.
no. I never told you that. I'll tell you that story in a second, actually. Hold on. So, but Elizabeth Moss, she has like one of those ethereal qualities to me. Like whenever I just look at her, I'm just kind of like in a trance. It's not even like a like a pedestal thing. I just can't help but just be like, you know, fixated on her. It's weird. But because you brought up Scientology, so one I guess the year before I met you, I was in New York and I was waiting for Pirates 5 to start. I was in Times Square. So I
That
had
exists?
bumped to say it again.
Does that Pirates 5 exist?
Say it one more time, one more time.
No, Pirates 5, that exists?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I
It
think
does exist.
there was only 3 movies, right? Of the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well,
Oh,
the
yeah.
fourth one, I don't mind.
Oh,
It's okay.
well, I was saying something with a pirate in it, or a alleged pirate, put it that way. Uh, so so I was out there. I bumped into some lady, and she had told me that you can get $5 for a survey. So I said, all right, sure, I got time to kill. So I did the survey. It's a Scientology survey. Come to find out. So once it's done, right? I sit at the desk, and she says to me, "You're depressed." I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm perfectly fine. I'm happy. I'm enjoying my day trip." And then she says, "No, you're depressed. These results tell me you're depressed. You need to buy these books now, and you need to check in." I said, "What?"
Oh,
My
so
They better pay more than $5.
you didn't do the one-on-one test then, where they like ask the same question and tell
No,
you.
she was trying to get me to do that. Mind you, while she's yelling at me, trying to get me to like conform to what she's telling me, there's a dude across from me and he's getting yelled at like I am, but he's
Oh
breaking.
my
He's like, oh, and he starts getting out his credit card. He paid for the books. I'm like, oh hell no, right? Real shit, right? So I'm like, listen, man, my movie starts at 8 o'clock. Okay, I'll come back as soon as the movie's.
You should have said it's a Tom Cruise movie. They would have
She
let you
was.
go.
She said, "You're gonna come back." I said, "I'm gonna come back. I got you. Just go, go." Chad, I hauled ass so fast. that I thought I was Denzel in the Manchurian Candidate. I was so scared. I was like, are they watching me? Are they going to come grab me out of here?
Of
Those
course, it's a
people are.
remake, Chad.
I was thinking about that. I
Oh
was.
yeah, oh yeah, well yeah, for sure. You
Well, yeah.
got me there. But I love that movie. That movie's actually
Original's
scary.
better. Just
That movie's scary. Like, just give it that credit.
I think the original does it much better.
I'll be
I
watching
think
the original in like 2 weeks.
my man. I hope you like it. I think it's really good. It's one of those films where I've only seen twice, but it lingers, man. It's very good. I liked The Invisible Man. Going back to that, and I also like Upgrade, same director. I think that's underrated. I also think it's kind
That
of
is,
funny.
yeah.
It came out funny enough the same year as Venom, and might be a hot take, but I actually think it's a better Venom movie.
Of course.
And the actor looks just like Tom Hardy, which I think is even funnier.
Yeah.
Can't Articulate's bringing up Just Waiting for the Long Walk. Same guy directed my favorite movie of 2023, Hunger Games prequel. I'm excited for the Long Walk, but it's coming out tomorrow, I believe.
Okay.
But I'm not seeing it in theaters. I am waiting at home because I'm going to method view that.
Okay. It's funny because when I saw the posters for it, I thought it was like a Walking Dead movie because they used the same font.
Oh yeah. No, it's you walk and then if you stop, that's when you die. So they had a showing for like critics a couple weeks ago, and it was an interesting theater. It was all treadmills, and so basically what happened, a part of the screening was you would have to be on the 3.0 speed, and if you weren't able to continue with the movie and you had to stop, that's when you had to like walk away. You had to like get up, and people were like monitoring them. And I was like,
You couldn't finish watching the movie.
Yep, you wouldn't be able to finish watching the movie. And I'm like, that's a really cool idea. I'm like,
Can
like
they do?
that.
Can you do that for like all the bad movies you watch?
If it involves walking, but I as soon as I saw the trailer, I was like, it'd be really cool to method view this. And I'm like, well, I can't
It's
do
like
that in the theater.
Speed, only with walking.
Yes. And I like the lead actor. I think Philip Seymour Hoffman's son's really good. So I'm excited, but I'm waiting at home for it. But not because I'm not excited for it, just because of I wanting to method view. Also, Budzilla's hilarious. I take Marv's opinion on films like this with a huge grain of Himalayan salt.
Himalayan salt. Jesus.
As I always say, though, I think what's great about us doing this top 100 is that it's three different perspectives. Like Marv's really, really into like the big blockbusters, the box office, the numbers, the cinema score. And then I'm like really into like the art house style stuff, like the indie, the black and white. And Sergey is like a mix of us where it's like he can appreciate both aspects. And so I think it's a really good mix. That's why when there are movies where all three of us like have the same rating, it's like, oh my goodness, that happened, because it varies. Like for me, Apocalypse Now, I give personally a 5 out of 5. I think Marv gave it a 3, and then Sergey, you gave it I think a 4 or 4.25.
Something like that, yeah.
So again, Sergey's literally in the middle of us in terms of the rating. So it's I don't know. I think it's cool.
Yep.
I dig it. I accept it.
I think a 3 out of 5. I'll probably give it let's say a 7.5 out of 10. I think that's a good grade.
It's not the grade on Letterboxd though, Marv.
I didn't letterbox it. I don't think.
You didn't?
I don't think I did. You can
did.
look. I did.
I thought you did. That's how I
You
knew
can-
you watched the movie.
You can look at it. What was the score for it? It wasn't 5 stars, was it?
Probably a 3.
Yeah, 3. I think it was 3.
It's 3, right?
Oh, by the way, Budzilla says, oh, I love this. Never seen Tears of the Sun. If I ever do, I know that it won't be better Apocalypse Now.
Oh, well, I love Tears of the Sun. I love that movie.
Man, that was. Oh, man.
There's so many other war films, though.
Much better ones.
I mean, Marv still has to see Schindler's List.
I'm down to watch that.
It's on our list. That's gonna be That's gonna be an interesting one to talk about because I feel like with a lot of these we can have levity and everything, but like that film is it's so sad. I mean, Apocalypse Now sad too, but there are moments of a little bit of levity. But Schindler's List that's a downer, man. Like, but I think all three of us will have similar ratings. I will lose my marbles if Marv gives it like a half a star. I'll be like, I'm out.
I wouldn't give that a half a star.
I'll walk out. I'll be like, I'm out, guys. I can't do this.
I might give it a 5 out of 5.
Well, it's black and white and it's over 3 hours, so that's.
I don't have a problem with that.
It's a 3 out of 5 star film already now.
Oppenheimer's half black and white. It's 3 hours long. I love that.
Yeah, but Memento was also, and you shut it off 10 minutes in. So it's 50-50. We have 50.
I know. I've seen past 10 minutes in recent years, and I just can't get into it, dude.
I'm locking you down. That's on our list. I'm locking you down. We're watching that together. Maybe even all three of us. Like, so that way, because we're gonna lock you down, phone aside, like Marv, see cinema. This is cinema.
No. It won't happen.
If you let it wash over you, like the twists are amazing, man, in that movie. I don't know, Chad. I read the twists online and I wasn't a big fan of it because you didn't see it.
How about Gangs of New York? Or
that's a completely different film.
Or what's something else? Hold on.
Not a war movie.
There Will Be Blood. Gangs of New York. Let's watch that instead.
See, you're trying to trick me with Daniel Day-Lewis films. It's not. It's not going to work though, because M comes before those. Or actually, not before G. But Gangs of New York's not on our list. So
Chicago. There Will Be Blood is though.
Chicago. You want to watch Chicago over Memento?
I would not mind watching Chicago. Actually,
I actually love
Memento?
Chicago.
Over Memento, no, but I still enjoy it as a musical.
I love Chicago. I hate musicals, and I love Chicago.
We're watching Memento.
Chicago.
The View with Drew says, "Hey everyone, what's up? It's good to hear from you, Drew. Hope you're doing well. It's been a little bit. I feel like it's been a little bit since we've heard you in the chat." And he says, "Awesome news! I made a new Lego DC short film on my channel now, and I strongly recommend you check it out when you get the chance. Lego Superman Bizarro. That's really cool. I know those type of films are like hard to make, so I'll definitely try to give it a chance because I know I'm following you on YouTube, so I'll try." Also, Bootzilla has another comment. He says, "I agree with Marv and Elizabeth Moss. She's not gorgeous or anything, but she seems like she has a freaky side to her. Don't tell my wife I said that."
I have to disagree with him there. She's absolutely she's breathtaking. I don't know what you're talking about. She is absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. She is literally like, I don't even know. How do you not understand that is pure beauty when you're looking at her? That part where you had me you had me everywhere else, but she is absolutely a fox. But yeah, I agree with you everywhere else for sure.
Ace Plus also says, and Marv is right. There's 5 pirate movies. Oh yeah, we were just busting his balls about that because the 5th one, I feel like all 3 of us don't like it. The 4th one has some enjoyment, but the 5th one, that was appalling.
Yeah, it was.
I knew we were in for a bumpy ride when Jack Sparrow was in a safe to start off the movie. I was like, this is not good. Like this is,
man. That movie really did watch me. I watched it and I was just like, wow, what is this?
It made my top 10 worst of 2017. Or was it 2016?
You could tell Johnny Depp just didn't want to be in that movie anymore.
No, yeah. I think, it was around that time where he started. I feel like around that time, that was when he stopped doing like a lot of roles. And I feel like that one he was like contractually obligated. So I think that's why he did it. Also, this is cool. Bootzilla says, my top 5 war films according to Letterboxd are Apocalypse Now, Saving Private Ryan, Dunkirk, The Bridge on the River Kwai, and Glory. Oh, those are all excellent choices. I think, Sergey, I know the only one you haven't seen is The Bridge on the River Kwai, right?
Yeah, Glory I remember liking, but it's been a long time, and Saving Private Ryan has been a long time, and I'm a little worried I'm not going to enjoy it as much on rewatch.
It's a good film. I have a lot of respect for Saving Private Ryan, but I do think the first 45 minutes are the strongest aspects of it. but it's still a good movie. I mean, it was a game changer. Like when it came out, I mean, for crying out loud, it inspired Call of Duty. All those, how many Call
Yeah.
of Duty were there? And even that like cinema versa type filmmaking, it brought that back into the mainstream. But Glory, I will say this: I do hope at some point you rewatch it because the 4K for it is outstanding. Like the Dolby Atmos, like when there's cannonball fire, like within the first 5 minutes, I'm like, oh, this is like Apocalypse Now with the sound mix. Marv, of these, have you seen? I think you've only seen 3 of them, right? Apocalypse Now, Saving Private Ryan, and Dunkirk.
Mm-hmm. Just those 3.
Bridge of the River Kwai, I don't think you would necessarily like. I think Sergey, I think you would like it. It's actually, yeah, Marv, you might like it because I know you liked surprisingly Lawrence of Arabia. It's the same director,
Okay.
Oh, okay. Probably, yeah.
and it is deliberately paced, but I think the payoff's really good, and it does get better with each viewing.
I would have put in The Pianist in here, maybe 1917.
Both are good films. I like both of them. I've only seen The Pianist once, but it was good. It's quite good.
Very good. Yeah.
Well,
Full Metal Jacket and Platoon, I don't know. I need to warm up to.
What about Battle Los Angeles?
That's terrible. It's not even a question.
District 9 is much better.
It is
Yeah.
great. I like District 9.
I mean, look,
Elysium
don't take
count?
this the wrong way. I enjoy Battle Los Angeles as like a teenager,
Yeah.
but if I were to watch
I
it
think
now,
it's
if I were to watch it now, because I remember not liking the cinematography at all.
No, I have to disagree with you. I actually love the cinematography. I didn't like the score. I didn't like the score at all.
But yeah, it's Brian Tyler.
He sucks.
He does all the Fast and Furious movies, pretty much.
They suck. They would have so much better scores if they just hit my man Ludwig G. I can't say his last name.
Quarantine.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
awesome. He's awesome.
Even Steven Jablinski is better than
No. He sucks too. I hate him.
He's had some good scores though.
No, I've hated him since Pearl Harbor.
What about his score for Transformers?
I hate them too.
The Island? Yeah.
I don't hate it, but I don't like it either.
Really?
No, when I say I don't like his scores, him, who's the other guy we just brought up?
Brian Tyler?
Yeah, I hate him. Who else? Alexander Desplat is hit or miss for me. Marco Beltrame's ass.
Except for 310.
That's a great score.
I mean, that's a good score, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Marco Beltrami, right?
Oh yeah.
Do you like his scores?
I usually see his name and I'm like, great, his score is going to be all the way in the back of the sound mix.
Well, you want to know something else that I realized after, because when I was a kid, I watched a lot of the same movies, and I realized that he did some of the same movies that I was watching, and then I realized that he was reusing the same score.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, wow, what's your word? Hack fraud. Talk about a hack fraud.
To be fair, though, especially
Hans Zimmer does the same thing, though.
Hans Zimmer does it. Most composers do. I mean, Thomas Newman did it for like
Even
Spectre.
John Williams.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I a couple of, well, one in particular, you guys both know him, Kevin. He told me like he's really into music and he plays the instrument and everything. He told me he's like, yeah, when you get to a point, especially with just how few notes there are, it's like eventually you hit like a point where it becomes harder to make original music, especially if you're stretched thin, which a lot of these composers are because they're in demand, like Hans Zimmer. So I get it to an extent. But the thing is with
should music stop being made because we've reached the limit now? I don't think that's true.
No, I'm not saying that, but when it comes to those type of music, like Hans Zimmer, at least his music that he reuses, it's memorable. Someone like Marco Beltrami, his music really is memorable. It doesn't really stick. Like Hans Zimmer has used the same theme since The Thin Red Line, like Journey to the Line. He used it in Inception. Yes. He used it in 12 Years a Slave. Yeah. He's used it a lot. But the thing is, in all those films, it does work because it's different variations of it. I mean, Inception, that was a film that when it came out, so many people wanted it to win Best Original Score. So
That's where I heard it first, actually, because I didn't see it through another line until years later.
yeah, until more recently. Yeah, I mean that. I think honestly, it's kind of cool. Like sometimes I'll hear a piece of music and I'm like, oh wait, this is where it's from. Like originally, I'm like, I didn't know that. Like even Watchmen, I remember Watchmen, the famous scene of like Dr. Manhattan like being created and everything. I remember always associating that piece of music with Watchmen. But the thing is that film it's not actually from Watchmen. It's actually reused from the Katsi trilogy. So when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, that's really cool. Like that it's actually from that. But I guess
all the what is it? That one Criterion film with Richard Price, not Richard Price. Blanket on the name of it, but it was reusing it was the original movie that used the Wall-E theme track.
Oh, Brazil.
Brazil, there we go.
Yeah, Brazil. Yeah, where you hear it and it's like, oh wow, that's Wall-E.
Yeah, because you always associate it with that film. Yeah,
that's the power of music, though, man. Like it, depending on when you hear certain pieces, you'll associate it with different things.
yeah, they're like Pirates and Gladiator.
Oh yeah, like you saw. I was fortunate enough. I saw Gladiator and Pirates of the Caribbean around the same time. So like,
I think I did too, but I just like it fits Pirates way better. I feel.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think it works in both contexts. Like, I love the scores in both, but Gladiator, I know was so influential in terms of the score because it was the number one album for like a long time, not just for like movie music, just in general. Which is,
but if you were to play that, people would think of Jack Sparrow first.
Potentially, I feel like because that piece of music is so long, it's a 10-minute track. I feel like there's a certain section that some people will, but if you were to play the whole track, I feel like most people wouldn't think of it until you get to that certain moment that that's when people be like, oh wait, Pirates of the Caribbean. It's like, yeah, that came out 3 years later, and it was done by a different composer. Like Hans Zimmer didn't compose the first Pirates of the Caribbean. It was Klaus Bedelt, I think his name was. So Hans Zimmer, he didn't get involved with Pirates of the Caribbean until the second one, officially. So also. Oh, wait. My apologies. I didn't answer East Paletz's thing. He says, I feel like Marv would like Mad Men. I love that show. Marv, did you see that?
I've seen episodes. I've never sat down and watched it, but I have no reason to. I have nothing against it. I like John Hamm. I love Christina Hendricks. I love Elizabeth Moss. She's in that show. So I have nothing against it. I just never had a chance to watch it.
It's
Marv, not Marv. Sergey, have you seen it?
No, is it in the 50s? Is that what it's at?
Mostly 60s, actually.
60s.
But it covers like the sexism of the time, the ad campaigning, the movies. There's one episode where Don Draper, the lead character, he takes his kid to see Rosemary's Baby, and you see the reaction of them afterwards, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty accurate. It's a great show. I need to buy it on Blu-ray because I do want to rewatch it. It's been 7 years, but it's definitely stuck with me. Also, Bootzilla says, and this is also a good point. I forgot to mention this. Bootzilla, Saving Private Ryan also inspired Band of Brothers in the Pacific, 2 excellent TV miniseries. That's a really good one.
Never got around to them. Yeah.
I still need to watch the Pacific, but Band of Brothers I've seen once, and it definitely stuck with me because the first 5 minutes are the real life survivors of the events that you're about to see, and then you see it unfold, and it's something. It's really good, really, really good.
A war movie I forgot that keeps getting better with each viewing is Inglourious Basterds.
Oh yeah, I like that one. That one's really good.
Yeah.
I think that made our list, right? Let's see.
I hope so.
Let me check real quick. I think I showed you guys. I finally added our collective top 100 to Letterboxd. So if you guys watching, if you want to see what's on our list as well, instead of clicking the 4 videos, you guys can check that out. Yeah, Inglourious Basterds is our number 33, but again, it's alphabetized. That's why. Also, I realized Interstellar is on our list, so we're going to be grilling Marv hard for that film. for sure.
Hmm.
East Palettes, he says, what have you been watching recently, Chad? Excellent question. I've been watching week to week Alien Earth. I thought this week's episode, last night's, was I thought it was solid. The week before that, I thought that was really good. It's solid so far. I'm liking it. And then I also am watching Task, which takes place in Pennsylvania. It's the same creator that did Mayor of Easttown, which stars Kate Winslet, which I thought was excellent. And Task is really, really good so far. It'd be a hard press to recommend to Sergey because it is like crime and whatnot. But Marv, I think you would like it, at least the first episode.
Okay,
Has me
okay.
pumped. I'll be
Never
there.
I never heard of Task.
Yeah,
It just came out. It's week to week. Yeah, the first episode aired on Sunday. It's only going to be 7 episodes, though. It's a mini series.
Okay.
I also watched Dexter Resurrection. Rewatching Mr. Robot. I'm on season 4, episode 2 still. Severance, I still need to watch season 2. Shaun the Sheep, I'm on season 5, halfway. What else? There's a couple others. The hard part's balancing all those as well as watching.
I don't know how you do it because I can't keep up with shows.
It helps. I mean, honestly, it helps that like I've become more of a morning person, so like I'll watch some stuff like in the morning. But
I wake up super last minute. I can't do that.
I have to, because if I woke up 15 minutes before I had to get to work, I feel like I'd be so tired. I used to do that, but now I'm like, all right, wake up even earlier so that way you have time to wake up. So that way,
Wake
by the
up
time
30 minutes before I leave, and sometimes if I'm really tired, I set an alarm for another 10 minutes to sleep. That's how bad it is.
See, I have. Let's see how many alarms I have. I will say I do have a lot of alarms. I have a 5:15, 5:30, 5:45, 6, 6:10.
You have movie alarms.
No, I have an annoying alarm. I have a.
Oh, you have the theme song from what's it called? The best war film that came out a couple years ago. The German one.
All quiet.
All quiet. Yeah. That one.
Gosh. Yeah, now I'm gonna have PTSD when I wake up and be like, oh gosh, this one best original score of Babylon. Ace Blitz, where are you, Mr. Robot? Season 4, episode 2. My goal is to have it finished by the end of this month, so that way next month I'll watch Hannibal. I don't know how I'm going to pull it off because I have a lot of horror films. I don't know how I'll do it. I'm trying to figure that out right now.
Yeah, I'm in that situation with horror movies.
I was going to say, you have 31.
I have 31, but my list has a 34 right now. So, there might be some bonus movies if I can fit it in, but trying to watch a movie every day is already difficult as it is.
Oh, yeah. It helps that a lot of the ones that I have on my list are like on the shorter side, which I think that will help. But
yeah, I got a couple of treadmill Final Destination movies to watch.
You hear that, Marv?
Yeah, I mean,
I'll pay attention to a little more to the new one, but I've seen all the other ones.
The new one is pretty fun. Chad, you didn't see it, did you?
I didn't see it, not because I thought it was bad or anything. I've only seen the first one, and I wasn't a fan, so I was like, just not going to check it out.
I think next year I'll start my Terrifier plunge, see what all the fuss is about.
I'm doing that this year. Actually, I don't know if I'll see back. I don't know. See, I'm on the fence because they're actually showing the first Terrifier in theaters on, I think it's October 30th. So I'm like, you want to check it out in theaters, or do I just want to get the Blu-rays from the library? So part of me wants to do just the Blu-rays, but at the same time, I'm like, well, if I get done work, usually I eat while I'm watching movies, and I'm like, I don't think those are movies.
Those seem like theater experiences, but not for the movie, but for the audience.
Yeah, probably. Where it's like, oh, this is the moment that made so and so.
So those teenagers that you ran into, they might be in there.
I mean, let me look and see when it comes out on AMC.
Also, Buzilla says, I'm watching Task 2. First episode is very good. Agreed. I like how they're showing the perspective from both parties, like the person that's robbing the houses as well as the person that's, being tasked to get him. I think it's really good. It's not like Heat, but it reminds me of Heat in regards to the dynamics where you see both of these viewpoints, and I'm buckling up. I'm excited for the next 6 hours of TV.
I do have The Devil's Rejects on my list for Marv.
Thanks,
It's
buddy.
like it's number 33. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit it in. Same with Blair Witch Project.
Devil's Rejects.
I mean, that would be my third Rob Zombie film so far. I've not been impressed at all.
It's better than the other two you've seen, the Halloween movies. It's definitely better than those, for sure.
I hope so.
But most movies are.
I hosted a screening of The Devil's Rejects in the House of a Thousand Corpses, and it was awesome. You have to watch Devil's Rejects. You just have to.
So if I don't like it, is it safe to say I will not like a single one of his movies?
The Devil's Rejects?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say it's pretty. I think that's pretty fair to say.
Because that's his best effort.
Actually, wait a minute. I saw 4 movies. Didn't he make the Addams Family movie? The very Addams Family movie.
He did. Yeah.
He made
very
what?
out of character.
The Munsters. Yeah.
Yes,
there we go. I didn't see that.
Oh, you should, Marv. You really should.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg's on it. I forget who else.
Right, he is. Oh, man, I forgot about that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Devil's. I think I had the Devil's Rejects as his. See, I did a ranking. And I think I said it in my video that he's a director that's both memorable but also forgettable. Like I honestly forget what I said was his best one. I'm actually going to look right now because I'm just like I really don't remember. It might have been Devil's Rejects. I just know there wasn't any of his movies that I really liked, unfortunately.
It's a good thing he has a solid music career.
That's what I've heard. I've heard he's really good as a musician.
Yeah.
And it's funny too because one of his favorite movies is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it makes sense because a lot of his films riff on that film. But it honestly makes me appreciate the Texas Chainsaw Massacre even more because Tobe Hooper's the only one that could have directed that film, and you see that with other directors when they try to do it, it just doesn't work as much. I will also agree with Marv. Yeah, The Devil's Rejects I had as my favorite. I gave it was it a 2.5? Yeah, I gave it a 2.5.
That's very average.
Yeah. Yeah, most of I gave 2 of his movies a 2.5. Actually, the other one that Marv mentioned, House of a Thousand Corpses, and then The Lord of Salem, I gave a 2, and then 31 and 3 from Hell, I gave 1.5. Monsters a 1. Halloween 2, a 1.5, and then Halloween, the very bottom with a 1.
Well, 2 horror movies I'm definitely watching this year is The Skin I Live In and Ichi the Killer. It's the same director of Audition.
Oh, wait. Oh, Ichi the Killer?
Yeah. It's the same director who did Audition.
I've seen that movie. Do you know about the opening credits?
I don't, but my one horror coworker suggested it, and he's got the wildest taste in movies, specifically horror movies. So I know I'm in for something.
You are going to absolutely hate the movie, but
I'm sure I will.
I wish I was a fly on the wall to see a reaction with the opening credits, because all I'm going to say is when you see the opening credits, just know the act that's depicted actually happened, and what you're seeing is actually real. Like I remember watching, I was like, that looks too real, and I looked it up, and it was like, oh wow, like that actually happened. So,
well, at least they didn't say it was fake.
Yeah, that's true. The Skin I Live In, I think that one. The Skin I Live In, I know that's the one I'm going to be showing you probably, right?
If you want.
Yeah, I own it on Blu-ray, so
Okay.
and it looks really good on Blu-ray. Shot digitally, but in the case of this film, it makes a lot of sense.
It might be for my like around the world challenge. I might consider it if it was directed by a guy from Spain, or I think it's from Spain.
I believe so, yeah. I don't know how that didn't get an Oscar nomination for international film, but it's great. I don't know how you'll feel. I just know either way it will challenge you, which is, as you know, that's my bread and butter.
I have seen one film from him, or actually two. No, wait, I have seen Pain and Glory, and I've seen The Room Next Door.
Oh yeah, his newer efforts. Oh no, you also saw
Oh, Parallel Mothers. That's the other one.
yeah. So you've seen like his newer
So
series.
I mean, everything has been kind of like solid so far.
I will be curious to see how you like The Skin I Live In. It's not for everyone. I'm not even gonna pretend it's for a lot of people. It's not. But when I showed it to, I think it was like 3 or 4 people, it got us all talking. We all liked it. So it's an experience.
Do
For
you
sure.
do you guys like Under the Skin?
Yeah, I love Under the Skin.
Let me think. I don't know if I've seen that one.
It's with Scarlett
Scarlett
Johansson.
Johansson.
No, I haven't seen it done. I've seen some other one with her, and I thought that was terrible.
You mean Lucy?
There might have been that one. Is that the
I think
Luc
they came
Besson
out-
film?
I know they both came out the same year, ironically enough.
Yeah, if it's the Luc Besson film, then yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah, that's the one.
This one was made by the guy who made Birth.
Yeah, Jonathan Glazer. He did The Zone of Interest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know how Sergey would like Under the Skin. I mean, I know why you like Under the Skin, Marv. I don't know about Sergey. I'm kidding.
It's a very scary movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have that on my list for Candy, and I'm imagining that. Yeah,
I actually no, I wouldn't do it. I actually got high to that movie, and it really kind of like messed me up.
yeah, but we're different. Remember when we went to the arcade down the shore? Like you weren't vibing with it. I was vibing with it. I felt like the lead character in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
But it wasn't like that. It was more like the movie was really like actually like it was fucking with me. I mean, you could do it. You're a grown man,
but keep in mind, I like that. Like I spoke to someone recently about like films to watch like in that way, and I was telling him some of the films. He's like, "You watched that?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "It was awesome." And he was like, he's like, "We deal with our anxiety differently." I was like, "I know." I was like, "I know." He's like, I enjoy like the more fun. He's like, "I like watching serious movies, but I have to be in a."
Have you seen Requiem for a Dream on that?
It's a film I have yet to do, but I feel like that and Transpotting would be a trip for sure. Afterwards, I'd probably be like, I mean, dude, I've done Enter the Void, so I feel like if I can do that on that way, then Requiem for a Dream should be okay. But Under the Skin, I feel like would be very eerie because of the score. It's a very haunting score. But I love that movie. I'm planning to
Have you
rewatch it.
tried Annihilation on that?
Yes. Annihilation that way, especially the last like 10 minutes. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Great movie.
Yeah. I have Men on the list to do that. So that's gonna be something to watch that way.
The Green Knight.
I do have the Green Knight on my list. I actually have it public now, but I have like a list of like the ones that I'm planning to watch that way at some point. Recently, I know, what is it, this weekend? Yeah, this upcoming weekend. I'm planning to do. Have either of you seen Black Dynamite?
I think I saw something that was parodying it or was influenced by it.
It's a parody film. It's a parody
Yeah, it's a
film.
blaxploitation film. But wasn't there a movie that was a couple years ago that came out that was like referencing it?
The Western that we saw, right?
Wasn't it Wesley Snipes was briefly in it?
Oh, Dolomite is my name.
There we go. There we go. So
That
that's the original to what it's referencing.
Well, so Dolomite is my name. I believe there was an original called Dolomite, and that's what it's like
Okay.
paying homage to and like talking about in terms of like the filmmaking. But no, Black Dynamite. It's a film that's parodying the blaxploitation genre, and it's really really funny. It's a really good spoof film. It's Marv. Remember Undercover Brother?
Hmm.
So I watched Undercover Brother, and then I watched Black Dynamite, and I know you like Undercover Brother, but Black Dynamite's everything that that film wishes it was, because this film was actually, it was shot on 16 millimeter, and the camera work, camera angles, the lighting, everything emulates the 1970s blaxploitation film so well, while at the same time taking it seriously, which adds to the humor, and it's a rollicking good time. So I'm planning to do a California Saturday, 40-Year-Old Virgin, which takes place in California, Black Dynamite, Inherent Vice, and then potentially, I'm waiting to hear back from a friend, which I'll talk to you guys off to the side about, but potentially it's a mad, 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 mad world. So that would be my California Saturday.
Now I want to go to California.
I'm excited for Inherent Vice. Like I've seen that movie a couple times this year, and it's like each time I pick up on more and more stuff, even though it's intentionally a film that's scattered like the lead character, but it's a vibe film, as Marv would say. It's PTA's vibe film. We'll wrap up with the comments, and then we'll talk about next week's. Ace Plus Mr. Robot will forever be my favorite show. Love hearing that. Potentially with me too. We'll see, but it's right now my number one. Mozilla, have you watched Redux and Final Cut of Apocalypse Now? If so, what did you think of them? We talked about it earlier. I know Marv and Sergey haven't. I've seen the final cut. I thought that it was good, but definitely not the definitive version. I think the scenes that they added where it was, them stopping by the plantation, which with the French, I thought honestly it bogs down the pacing, and I thought it kind of ruined some of the journey of going downstream, because I feel like that in itself is a representation of literally going into the heart of darkness. So I think it kind of ruins that, but I'd say give the final cut a chance at some point, but just know I don't think it's as great as the theatrical cut personally. Buzilla says Black Dynamite is so good. See, I love it, man. I love it. I'm excited to rewatch it. I watched it last year for the first time, and right away I was like, this is good stuff. Like, this is how a spoof film should be. Eastblitz, what's your favorite episode so far, Chad, on your rewatch? I would say right now, maybe because it's fresh in my mind, it might be the season 3 finale. I just think the buildup of that is so excellent, and the fact that it feels like it's the end of the show, so good. But that's the last comment, guys. Want to hear everyone's thoughts on Apocalypse Now after the fact. If you guys weren't able to take place in live and you're still with us, stay tuned for that. Also, just know I haven't heard anything about a review embargo for One Bad After Another in terms of a date. Just know my review for that film probably is dropping tomorrow. Hint, hint. Also, stay tuned for, I dropped today my Todd Field director ranking list. Sergey, on your channel, you just dropped your top 10 favorite 4Ks, right?
Yep.
So, guys, be sure to check that out, especially if you're trying to get into physical media. Marv, on your channel, have you posted any Eagles related stuff? I haven't seen any. We got to get on that. Next week, we'll, of course, try to figure things out, but odds are next week we will be talking about the next film in our top 100, which will be The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. So stay tuned for that. Be sure to check out the film beforehand. I look forward to interact with you guys. And then the week after that will be Avengers Infinity War. So until next time, guys, appreciate you guys for watching, and we will catch you guys later.